Hi. Uh, how about now?
All right.
Okay.
Justin, it's been a long road getting from there to here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long road, but my time is finally near. Do you know why?
Uh, because Wrath Eon of Ruin launched today.
That's right. Okay, there would.
I hope this
Finally.
game does not still have weird window issues.
It's fine. Everything's fine. The ad break. We're in the middle of an ad break. No one notices these things.
I know. I don't get ad breaks on your stream.
Uh, we're gonna play on hard.
Oh. I remember this game being kind of easy, but also the way the save system works makes me think I'll probably just play it on medium.
Yeah, that's right. You have to manually make your own saves.
Yep, and you have a limited number.
That's right. Uh,
I found out you can actually go turn on quick saving. You have to make a config file edit.
So this has been in early access for like 5 years,
Mm.
and at some point, like, the main people who initially started this project left, so they had to hire new people who knew how to make maps in Quake.
Oh. This is different.
Because, yeah, the early access build of this game, I think the last early access build is literally from, like, 2020.
I thought they'd been updating it since. I don't know. I specifically did not want to keep playing this game. Because I wanted to keep most of it as a surprise. But this is all new.
Yes.
To me at least.
This is new.
How much does it feel like Quake?
Okay, look at this.
If you hold W and D, do you move faster?
This is using, what is it, the Dark Place engine?
Dark Places, yes.
So, which is a Quake 1 source port.
Yep. So yeah, those shrines will basically serve as bonfires.
Yeah. Okay. That's right. The separation of forward speed and side speed. That's very Quake 1.
No fall damage. Cool.
That's sharp.
Don't have to.
No,
But it helps. Now, if you jump while it's charged and let it go.
That's right. You get a lot of. That's how the vertical and horizontal works. Is they want you to
Charge this and just
use
like
use the blade charge.
yeah.
So Justin, I don't know if you know this about me. I really like Quake.
It's pretty good. One might call it a foundational video game.
I really like Quake because it go fast. Yeah. That's a good way of describing it. Quake movement is very much like a spinning top, where if you can maintain momentum, you can just zoom. And I'm no esports expert, but I feel like by the end of my time with those Quake 1 expansions, I got pretty good at moving fast.
I haven't finished the Quake 1 expansions, but I played a lot of Quake 2.
That's one of the Machine Games ones.
Yeah, no, that's the same. The same is true for both of them.
Okay, that's right. Some Hexen style.
Oh, this is different. The original inventory did not look like that. It looked bad. I'm glad they changed it.
Hexen style inventory. These heretics as well. Coffers contain many treasures. Okay. Can't swim, huh?
It's probably just that water you can't swim in. I do seem to recall there being some water you could swim in the early access. But also, all of this is completely different, so they might have changed that.
Yeah. They... my hot recommendation. Is, maybe people who make these games should, make more of the games before they release them.
I got the sense that this one hit a lot of development troubles.
Yes.
So
Sure does seem like that. Okay, now here we are. In the first hub area.
Yep.
So
Not even gonna explore around, just jump straight in.
Nope. We going. Yeah, so today, a couple things came out. They put, Ed in Street Fighter 6, so I played some Street Fighter for the first time in months. And then, I played a couple matches as Honda, and, my hand immediately cramped.
Ugh.
Because of the charge motion. And that was a reminder, oh right, this is why Honda is my secondary and not my main. doing charge motions on a pad. You know, holding down left and right at all times. Turns out, it's maybe not good for you. But, yeah. And then, new DLC for Age of Wonders came out today.
All sorts of video games that are bad for your wrists.
Yeah! I mean, it could be worse. I could be playing Dota. Ha 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 ha.
You played it for a little while recently.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, that's right. This revolver's good. This is a chunky revolver.
It's the good stuff. Doesn't the right... I forget what the right click does.
It shoots all three at once.
That's right.
And then Final Fantasy comes out on Tuesday. But I've done the very adult thing of not immediately blowing my safety deposit check items.
On Final Fantasy?
On Final Fantasy. I've thought about it.
I mean, look, we all think about it.
Hearing that your GameSpot was upset about the ending just makes me go, ha ha ha, yes! Also, discourse around that game is going to be insufferable for the next couple weeks.
What you're telling me is I'm making a good choice in not playing it for the next, like, 5 years.
I really like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I still think it would be very funny if Sephiroth killed Aerith and then someone just rezzed her with the...
Once again, I'm going to once again reiterate, I have not played the video game.
Oh.
Being told this is not a Disney survival horror. I don't know. Is it? Where's Fanta? He likes the boom shoots.
I mean,
I'm gonna.
Don't we all like the boom shoots?
Yeah. Yeah. Technically, yes. The point is, it's That's right. The shotgun in this game is also has a very good.
So the right click for this is just a big slug that you charge up, if I remember correctly. It's very good.
That's right. It's an exploding.
Yeah, only have to charge it and you can't hold it.
Yep.
On the flip side, it is very powerful.
The other reason I think I need to stay off getting wait before getting Final Fantasy VII is I need to play more Ultima for the podcast. So apparently the glitch ZP ran into was something introduced by the base patch I had.
I don't know what glitch she ran into.
Yeah. Oh, apparently the items he needed spawned in the air.
Great. When I played Skyrim last, I installed the fan patch that everyone suggested installing. That broke quests for me, so I yanked that out.
Yeah.
Lionheart says, "Can you rank this shotgun?"
It has a nice, chunky, sound effect. It is effective at point-blank range.
Scale of 1 to Doom.
On a scale of...
Is it like a blood?
The blood shotgun's very good.
Now, this one has that good double-barreled
Yeah.
super shotgun rhythm.
Yeah, I think to be a good shotgun in these shotgun modes, you have to have a very good firing cadence.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes the Doom 2 shotgun, other than just being absurdly powerful.
Yeah.
It's the boom, click, click, boom, click, click, boom, click, click that happens over and over. Please keep the POD references to yourself.
So, yeah, let's see. What are some of the best game shotguns?
I mean... Fear... okay, it's like Doom 2, and then right below that, it's Fear 1.
Yeah, it's the Spas 12 from Fear 1. I think the shotgun in Half-Life 2 is pretty good.
It's good. It's not as powerful as you remember it being, though.
No, you have to do both barrels a lot of the time.
Even then, like, it's good. It's real good. It's just not quite as good. It's the Halo 1 shotgun is real good.
Yes.
The Half-Life 1 shotgun is real good because you can hold like 160 shells with it.
Yeah.
Of course, there's blood. Dusk. Very good shotgun in there. The super shotgun in Dusk specifically.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't like Ion Fury all that much, but the shotgun you get in it is very satisfying to use.
I feel like that game, of all of the games that have tried to do the retro throwback thing, would greatly benefit from shutting the fuck up.
surprisingly, it does seem like most of these throwback shooters are not reprehensible. Considering the lineage.
Considering, like, how many of these games are built off of, like,
Duke Nukem 3D and
90s,
yeah.
nostalgia for, like, hey, remember when created an iconic character by having them go, "Take it, baby."
By having them just rip off Army of
Like,
Darkness.
Yeah, just having them quote I expose myself as a fake gamer. I'd say I've never played a Team Fortress Classic or the
I've never played it either.
mod. I was a child.
Seems like this is the kind of game where you might want to keep using your melee weapon for a bit.
Oh yeah. I also have this light sighted, which seems like the thing to do when things get nasty. Was there ever an Army of Darkness game? There were multiple Evil Dead games.
Yeah. Yeah. I know people love
illegal stuff, specifically around Army of Darkness and Evil Dead. How
It's something like Evil Dead 2 couldn't get the rights to use footage from Evil Dead 1, so they had to like redo that whole movie in like 15 minutes. Anyway, look, I liked Evil Dead 2, but I found Army of Darkness so much more fun.
Army of Darkness,
which is weird. Anyway, how's Turbo Overkill's shotgun?
it's pretty good. I'm trying to remember what the secondary on that weapon is. Because all of those weapons have weird secondaries. Yeah, I like that Sam Raimi.
Yeah, I've never seen Dark Man. I suppose watch Dark Man. Watching Liam Neeson do weird stuff.
If you want to see Liam Neeson barely hold on to an American accent, highly recommend Dark Man. Like, the line from that movie to the Raimi Spider-Man movies is just a...
Was that pre-Deliverance, Liam Neeson?
I think that was... I think it was before Schindler. List.
Wait, I'm not thinking the wrong... I'm thinking of the wrong movie. Deliverance is not the right movie. Deliverance came out when Liam Neeson was a child. Or not, maybe? No. Wrong movie entirely. This is why I'm not a movie nerd. But yeah, Darkman is preaching.
To your question, I have no idea. I'm afraid I'm not an expert of cinema. Okay, seems like I'm almost done with this level, judging by the enemy count.
Speaking of fantasy movies, how do people feel about Kroll?
He's got that glaive. I think that's literally the only thing anyone remembers about Kroll.
I've never seen it. Apparently Liam Neeson was in it at some point.
Yes, that's one of his first roles. Am I going to see Madam Web? Buddy, I've already seen Madam Web. I saw Madam Web the way God intended, which was watching a cam rip on a Twitch channel that has since been taken down. Oh, would I go see it in the cinemas? No. No, I ain't paying $12 to see that movie.
Is it better or worse than Morbius?
It is worse than Morbius. It's funnier than Morbius.
You remember when Sony re-released Morbius, thinking that people would go watch it?
Yeah, they thought... That's right. And here's the minigun equivalent.
It's very good as well, by the way. Also, it shoots teeth. More of a nail gun.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's close to equivalent.
I remember in the early access feeling like it ran out of ammo too quickly.
Okay, the secondary is just fuller auto. Wait, there's a third Venom movie coming out this year?
Yep.
What?
My understanding is the Venom movies. Aren't the Venom movies somewhat successful?
Oh, they're the only actually successful movies from Sony's Spider-Verse stuff.
What about Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, we'll see if that third movie ever comes out. I love that was supposed to come out like around this time this month, and apparently like because Lord and Miller want fully visualized and complete animation before doing editing, which is expensive. So yeah, Spider-Verse, that second Spider-Verse movie, I need to watch it.
I have not seen it either.
That first one.
I also thought that first one was I don't know if you know this about me. I'm very bad about watching movies, even ones I want to watch.
Oh, it's fine. Do you think I'm good about watching movies?
It's a miracle I watched all 4 Rebuild movies in fairly close proximity.
I got my brother to, yeah, like, at this point, if I'm not going to see a movie with my dad or my brother, it's not going to happen. thought about going to, I thought about going to
I did that a few times after graduating college. Watch the mid-afternoon showing of things on a weekend.
Yeah, go to a match.
Yeah. Or I had weekdays off during that time as well, so I sometimes go to like early showing on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
There's like one other guy there with a suspiciously large bag.
Uh-huh. He pulls out an entire three-course meal.
And a camera. And a camera.
Yeah, what a shame. Who would ever watch the camera of a film instead of paying money for it? You know.
We owned, well, own is probably a strange word, but we had some bootleg copies of some movies or whatever. That were just camera rips. Like, we had a copy. The first time I saw Revenge of the Sith was on that rip. Like, halfway through it, somebody got up in the middle of the theater and just kind of stood there for a solid minute and a half. Right in front of the camera. It's great. My grandpa bought it at a flea market.
I think that's great.
Anyway.
You know, I like movies sometimes. But actually having to watch them, who has the time? I've got terrible video games streaming.
Have you streamed any Ultima 9, or is that you gonna leave that up to ZP?
ZP is doing that, so I feel no need.
Are you having as many problems with crashing as him?
No. No, I am not.
That game, if you can get that game to run okay and you can get used to its controls, it doesn't seem like the absolute worst time.
No, it's not. It's not dire. Yeah, ZP needs to finish WAF. See,
Yeah,
that's the actual tournament for him. It's not Ultima, it's World of Final Fantasy. Because that game just seems interminable. Like, it seems like it plays fine, but also it's just a non-stop parade of reminding you of better video games.
Now, here is one of the problems I have with this game. Getting lost. There is no map.
Yeah.
It's a well-designed level, but still get lost a little bit. This game has a Switch version. I didn't even know it had a console version. See how many versions of this are there?
Yeah, I need to get that key. God damn.
Oh yeah, this came out on everything today.
Huh.
Well, PS4 and Xbox One, which is basically also PS5 and Series X. They also apparently made a native Linux version. Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that is one
Not
benefit
that-
of using
that- that's-
source ports, right?
I mean, yeah, that's because they use Dark Places. Because Dark Places already has that compatibility.
Yeah, see, if I was going to do a native PS5 version, I would put in 120 hertz support. That's what I would do. If I was a video game.
I mean, how many people have TVs that can actually support that?
People who care. Listen, Brad Shoemaker would buy one of them if... But the new TVs are just around the corner.
Brad Shoemaker will beat Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah. I
One
saw
of these
that.
days, absolutely.
I saw that. I saw that.
What was...
So, one Bradley Shoemaker Esquire, apparently he finished Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Finally?
Yeah.
First Nextlander employee to finish a video game since
Yeah.
they started. I'm just kidding, I don't know.
I mean, it's a running joke for a reason.
I eventually beat, so when I got Breath of the Wild, I played that game non-stop for about 2 weeks and put about 70 hours into it, and I did beat it. And I have not been able to get into either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom since. I played Tears of the Kingdom for about 20 hours. And it was like, eh.
You see, you could do what I did. As a dum-dum. And, you instead, start playing Skyward Sword as a goof.
And then go, oh wait, this is actually a good
And then
game.
go, oh wait, this is a good game, and then try to finish Skyward Sword, and then get sidetracked, and thus are unable, do not finish Skyward Sword on stream, but have a nagging feeling in the back of your head that you should really go back and finish Skyward Sword on stream. But then part of you is like, maybe it's been a little long. So please look forward to that at some point. Yeah, I stopped on the sand ship, which is considered one of the best dungeons in that game. As I said, I'm a monster. I'm just...
I am trying my best to actually finish games. Which really just means I'm going to be playing Divinity Original Sin for the next 3 months.
Hey, you know... could be worse. I think that first game's real good, even if,
It's...
the thing about the first Divinity Original Sin, other than the part where, the party members they give you very much are spec'd in certain directions.
Yes.
And so... I'm pretty... If I remember correctly, like... There's no one... Yeah, you have to really pick and choose.
I have Jahan and Bear Daughter.
Okay, that's who I brought.
That's good. That's good. Like the other one is like Medora, who is a decent
Medora's, yeah,
fighter.
she's a fighter. And then what's his name?
Is like
can't
a
speak.
mute,
Yeah.
a mute rogue.
Yeah.
which doesn't seem useful in combat.
Yeah. Yeah, my feeling on, like, yes, the video games where they are completely superseded by a remake or a sequel. And for me, one of those games is I don't think there's any reason to play the original version of RE1 unless you want a laugh, because it's very funny.
You don't have to deal with Crimson Zombies.
Yeah, that's fine. Just burn the bodies or run past them.
I got tired of running past them.
Then kill them.
I did.
And then kill them again when they
I
turn.
did.
Where the fuck is that door?
Which door?
The door for the key I got.
I don't
Welcome
know.
to hell. Welcome to the downside of having more open levels. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Straight up, I don't think I will ever play the original version of Dead Space again.
Sure.
I don't think there's a reason to play that version of the game. It's not like Resident Evil 4, where, like, the original version of that game is still a different thing. It's a different experience, even if I'm at the point with that game where I would also rather play the remake. This one?
You see, this is why I set the game to walk all the time instead of automatically run, because I memorize the levels better.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Is there a good reason to play Pokemon Red and Blue over Fire Red Leaf Green?
If you wanna deal with the fucked up glitches and all of the fucked up mechanics of Gen 1 Pokemon.
Is there any reason to play the last... As someone who's not a Pokemon fan, is there any reason to play the last gen Pokemon?
Yes. Because some of those games are more interesting than others. But also, here's the other thing, is if it hasn't gotten remade, it will. I would be willing to bet actual human American dollars that at some point this year, a remake of Black and White is announced.
Is that...
That's Gen 5.
No, I was gonna ask about the game, but...
Reshiram and Zekrom. That's the one set in Poke America. If they didn't announce it today, it's not happening this year. I don't know. Nintendo is a company built on deceit and hate. So, maybe they will. Oh, another Mystery Dungeon remake? I could also see that. I don't like Mystery Dungeon games, is the problem. Especially not ones that don't involve ladies with boobs that get bigger as they level up. Or ones that involve my favorite characters from Final Fantasy X too. After how well that Metroid Prime 1 remake did, no chance they don't leave put 2 and 3 on the table as well.
I'm gonna bet they save 2 and 3 for to hype people up for
closer when
4.
Yeah, closer to 4.
Yeah.
I think that's very possible. Alright, am I a dumbass? Am I missing something?
When I last played this in early access, I also did the same thing as you're doing here. Just completely lost where to go here.
And I believe it was different levels specifically.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the lava area you're in, but I don't remember.
Well.
Allow me to get on the YouTubes and look it up.
Hooray. Will they save the Genealogy of the Holy War remake for Switch 2? I wonder. Because you remember the whole thing that about Fire Emblem Engage is apparently that game was finished like a year before they put it out. Because it's Nintendo and they can just sit on games.
Are you looking for like a big red door?
No, I need a silver door. Or a blue door. There we go. You have to jump and then crouch. No, I found a secret, which is more important than actually progressing the level. How many sprites does Genealogy render at one time? Not that many. A lot, though. Some of those late game enemy spawns where it spawns like just 20 dudes, and you just annihilate them because all of your characters have oh, that's back to the hub. Could the Switch load an entire Genealogy map at the same God. See, the way I would do it, and here's my hot suggestion, is they're not going to do this, but they should do my suggestion where they go back to sprites for that one, and do just like very pretty high-res sprite work, and they have WayForward do the sprite work. Yeah. Yeah, like a little bit like the 3DS games, or even go further back and just make it fully 2D like the GBA games. That won't happen. That costs money. Even those Advance Wars remakes didn't do that. Which, speaking of that, I did play some Advance Wars against a friend online a couple weeks ago. And here's the thing about Advance Wars, is it's very much one of those games where you know you've lost like 20 turns before you actually lose. And playing against other humans puts that into even sharper Have you found where I need to go?
No.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I thought there was another building somewhere around here.
Oh. Here's a video from a day ago.
Oh, is it down here? No.
I think it's like all secrets video, but
it's after getting the silver or blue key on the bridge in the lava area. I feel like, yeah, those remakes of 1 and 2 didn't do well enough to ever warrant Nintendo giving a shit about the franchise again, which is a shame. Because,
oh. Is this it? I'm gonna send you a YouTube link.
Alright.
And with a timestamp that I hope works. And tell me if that's the area you're looking for.
Yeah, it came out right between Engage and Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, even Engage didn't do nearly as well as Three Houses, because people... The secret
people can't play good video games.
Because people want their fucking Persona Lite.
People want the Persona shit.
And
like they have to have a game. They have to have a game to go along with it.
Yeah.
But it can't be a hard game.
I have been... Hello. It's me, Arbitrary Water, twitch.tv/arbitrarywater. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a fan of Fire Emblem. Okay, I'm a dumbass. It was right here. Wait, was that fucking... Did I accidentally reload? Huh. Did I accidentally reload a save? Or I didn't grab this?
Didn't you leave and come back at some point?
That's probably it. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, the problem with Engage is that it actually was a good tactics game and not just a child-rearing sim. Because I'm what you would call a pretty big fan of Fire Emblem. I was one of the people who was fortunate enough to get the special edition of Fates with all 3 campaigns on the cart.
And then one of the people who realized that Fates is like a third of a good game.
Yeah. And I played all of that. I played all 3 of those campaigns back to back to back, which is not the way you should play that game.
Ah, you loved it. I never finished Fates. I played most of it.
You're fine.
Okay, let me repeat that. I finished most of Birthright.
Yeah, you're fine. I like Conquest a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it's like a must-play game in the series, though. Because I think the problem with Conquest is that it gets a little too just fuck you. Here's this cave full of ninjas.
I want to romance my sister, not sister.
Yeah, your sister, not sister.
What's weird about that?
It's okay. We're not related by blood.
Just,
yeah,
know,
that game
rub
is
with
also the most the hardest they got to being in the
Gross?
anime trash territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Genealogy played in that area
Genealogy
a little bit
is more Game of Thrones adjacent.
Can you touch
Oh.
faces in genealogy?
It like the
Stroke this woman's
incest
cheekbone.
in Genealogy of the Holy War is a plot point.
How about Sacred Stones?
Sacred Stones is good.
They just like each other a lot. It's nuts. Don't worry about
well, listen, in the Japanese version, they do more than like each other.
Okay, but how about the Gilmore Girls mod for Sacred Stones, huh? Now we're talking. When are you gonna play that?
There's a Gilmore Girls mod. What?
For Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones, there sure is.
It's a unique story.
Someone made that as a shitpost and then accidentally turned it into an entire Fire Emblem fan ROM.
And oddly enough, the Venn diagram of Gilmore Girls fans and Fire Emblem fans exists.
Not with me, it doesn't.
It's not a good. No, it's not a good show. It had promise early on. The titular Gilmore Girls, the eponymously named Gilmore Girls, are the worst people, and it's strange that they're the protagonists.
People
He
like...
blew off his arm.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
This game looks
It's a
good.
good video game.
Very painkiller. Which I'm guessing is the exact point.
No.
This is using
More Quake.
Quake 1 tech.
I meant the general look. Something about
Maybe,
you holding
but,
that,
like-
that shotgun screams the stake thrower to me. I don't know.
Maybe, but Painkiller's gameplay was more. And you're right. Visually, this does look a lot like Painkiller.
Oh yeah, no,
but the
Painkiller's
game-
arenas. I know.
Yeah, gameplay-wise, it was a different thing.
It's true. I forgot about that. I forgot that Lion summons the demon partially because his dad dies and partially because he has a weird inferiority complex about Ephraim and Erica.
Just play 7 instead.
Yeah, they're all good. How about, what if you played all of them?
Realistically, though, you'll play 1 and then say I'll play the next, and you don't. So if you're gonna play 1, play 7.
Yeah, but here's the thing about 7.
The opening Lynn sequence.
That game gets a lot better. That is, like, explicitly a better game on a second and third playthrough. Because of the Hector mode and then hard difficulty.
Hector mode.
Hector mode. Where they
Maximum Hector.
they remix the enemy layouts.
You get to
And
fight
add
dragons.
a couple more levels and
regularly.
characters.
Hector. Is Hector the most broken Fire Emblem character? He's up there. It's either
There
him
are
or
characters
it's like
in Genealogy who are...
it's a small handful of people.
When I watched you play, I think it was Fire Emblem 6, the first GBA one. There was one of your characters was a girl who was like a dodge tank mage.
Yeah.
I forget her name. She seemed very broken.
Dodge tanks.
No,
are broken.
it seemed like she couldn't get hit by anything. You might have just had a bunch of good
Yeah,
rolls.
Sigurd is actually the best Fire Emblem Lord, though. Because he starts strong, and he maintains strong.
Sigurd sounds like the name of one of those guys they give you early on that's just meant to help you along.
Like Marcus.
Yeah.
Although Marcus is
he?
actually pretty good.
The thing about Marcus, at least in 7, is that Marcus can and will
Don't
be
remind
violent.
me that Marcus in 6 exists.
Yeah, Yeah, old man Marcus.
Oh, poor Marcus. He used to be
He's just
amazing.
like, I used to be a fighter, you know, back in the olden days.
It's like getting in Echoes or Gaiden, whatever you prefer, getting the Cardinal, whatever his name is. He's kind of he's a very optional character you can get near the end of the Alms playthrough.
Yeah, getting Grandpa Myson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got him. I didn't use him much because I already had a very good team.
Yeah, yeah, Robin. Actually, no, the most busted character is definitely, yeah, FE8.
Protagonist.
Seth.
Yeah. Oh, Seth.
Seth is the single best, like, early game paladin character.
Because he just remains phenomenal.
Because his bases are good, his growth rates are excellent.
Also, Erica's played through that game is very easy, so him being so good is like multiplying.
And not using him is like much like grinding in that game.
Self-imposed challenge.
Yeah, you have to do self-imposed challenges to have. Yes, FE10 Har. Yeah, Robin from Awakening.
Protagonist, you mean?
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah.
Character.
The
Both tag teams.
I call
Donald
Smash
is very
Ca-
good.
And yeah, Corrin is not as busted as Robin. And then Byleth is actually pretty middle of the pack, honestly. As far as how
Isn't that the house for 3 houses character?
Yeah.
Violet.
Well, I mean, he or she gets the benefit of being in a very easy game.
Yeah.
True. That's what I hear about that game.
Yeah.
Even if
I
it
played
didn't
it-
have like the reset your choices option or whatever, it would still be like.
I'm not a Fire Emblem like expert. I played that game on hard and I still did not have a hard time.
Yeah, I've thought about going back to that game now that maddening difficulty was added.
Not Maniac?
It's called maddening. Yeah.
Was Maniac always like a mistranslation and now they're going to
Maniac
the
was,
proper one?
Yeah, Maniac. Well, Maniac was always just the hard mode in 9.
I should go back to the Project Ember. I started it too quickly after beating proper FE6, but I was really enjoying the hard mode.
Yeah, the DLC
version of
in
that.
3 Houses is actually what I wanted. Like the DLC mini campaign in that game.
Yeah, so you're never gonna play. Yeah.
He said replay.
The opposite of replaying a Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, I know, but I knew exactly what game he was gonna mention. It was either gonna be Shiny Force 2 or Shiny Force 3. I'm like, you're never gonna play that.
No, don't worry. I'm definitely gonna.
You've
play
been saying
all
that for as
3
long as
Shining
I've
Force
known
3
you.
episodes. Just you wait.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
I swear I'm gonna play Titans Ogre one day.
Honestly, never been a better time to play it.
I own it. I've played some of it. I didn't play tons.
Yeah, the good thing about the Tactics Ogre is speed up the animation.
Yeah.
Makes,
All that you ever do.
a lot more viable. If you're like me and you're patient.
My real only problem with that game is that tactics exists, which isn't fair. Saying like, oh yeah, the game that built off of this exists is a crappy criticism.
Well, I haven't played FF Tactics yet, so I don't know what I'm missing.
Oh, it'd be good to play them in that order.
Yeah, you can. The thing about FF Tactics is you can break that game over your knee very easily, but it's. Hey, guess
But
what?
would you know
It's an
how to do
important-
that your first time through? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it would take a while. You don't get some of those super broken classes for. Well, I mean, based off the way that they actually handle progression in that game, it kind of gives you new stuff based on like how much you engage with it. Like, you can get like all those classes if I remember, like at Mendalia Plains in the prologue if you just played enough
Yeah, you
without
just
advancing.
you can very much also. It's one of those games where you can grind it out.
I'm not interested in like grinding's fine, but like not and okay, let me roll that back. Doing a bunch of like missions to get more levels is fine, but like running around the same area and doing the same thing over and over, maybe not.
No. Although I think that game does do a really good job. It random encounters continue to scale to your level. And, there ends up being, like, if you advance like at least through like chapter 1 and 2, you end up with a good amount of areas to, like, if you want to just go around and grind for a bit, you can have some variety.
So Lionheart says Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia isn't grabbing him.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Like,
So that's a bummer, but yeah.
Yeah, it grabbed me. I really like that game.
The thing I
but
appreciate
also
most
like
about that game is also maybe its most off-putting aspect, which is they keep those mechanics from Fire Emblem Guided mostly.
Yeah. It's hard to play that game if you've played other games that learn from it. Because that was the beginning of the like Awakened style game. So if you played those other ones,
it was
probably feels like a step back.
It was Awakening. It was Awakening, and then Fates, and then Gaiden.
Sacred Stone is also a throwback to Gaiden.
Yeah, I'm saying, but yeah, but Gaiden was Fire Emblem. They made those ideas and then they threw them away for a really long time.
Yeah, Lionheart, that's right. Play Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
I really try to get into Monster Hunter.
I'm responsible, at least partially, I'm also depressed, for tanking a semester, which is why I was depressed and played a lot of Monster Hunter.
Do you use the melee a lot just because, or because you are actually running out of ammo?
I mean, this game does seem like it is a little bit conservative with ammo, but also the melee.
It's not it's not survival horror stingy, but you're definitely not gonna put the melee weapon away as soon as you get a gun and never see it again. Now, if you charge it, it actually hurts things.
But it's definitely not like original Shadow Warrior level of ammo scarcity.
No.
That's what I like.
Speaking of old school FPSs that are offensive.
What are you talking about?
I know, we mentioned it earlier. Sorry.
No, Shadow Warrior is a good game. It's just embarrassing. It's one of those things. You know how you know if something is something you shouldn't play is, would you be embarrassed if somebody saw you playing it? Yeah, no, there are things about Shadow Warrior that I would be embarrassed if somebody playing it.
Oh God.
It's fine. I lost a lot of progress because I didn't save.
Oh yeah, by the way, Relkin, this game, limited saves.
You have limited saves and you have to save them.
Nice. Speaking of limited
There are mod that out. Mod that out right now.
Absolutely
Don't
not.
even deal with it.
Nah, it saves when you sleep. Also, they give you like a handful of them.
Are you playing that on console?
Yeah.
How is the performance?
It's fine. It chugs a little bit, but I don't think it's ever dropped below 30.
Because I remember at launch that game had problems running on PS4 and Xbox.
I think it's mainly sitting around like mid-30s, mid-40s. I can definitely tell when something gets below 30. I have a hard time telling when between 30 and 60.
I mean, that's definitely why I've heard 45 is the new 60.
If you're on a Steam Deck.
If you have a good enough monitor that can interpret that shit.
Yes, Lionheart. Although we haven't done tactics in a long time.
I mean, strategy and tact. What's the true difference between strategy and tactics?
say specifics, or it's like one's broad, one's granular.
How big is the map? How many guys are there?
I mean, no, strategies is the concept of saying, like, you're turtling or you're, spamming units or whatever. Tactics is individual.
I mean, yes, but video game genre. That's how I delineate them.
Sure, because in that category would be like something like a Paradox game is usually on a massive, horrific scale.
A grand strategy, one might call it.
Lionheart Revenant Wings would qualify, unfortunately. Although I don't want to play it.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
Revenant Wings would qualify as a what?
It's an RTS.
Yeah,
It is.
Wait, I thought Revenant Wings was like a turn-based thing.
I know,
It's an
it's real
RTS.
time.
Can you at least
RTS on the
pause?
DS.
I don't remember.
Finally, I needed to know.
What's Vaughn and Pinello up to?
Yeah, I needed to know
Oh,
what's
there's a
up with my
floating
favorite
island?
characters
Weird.
from FF12, Vaughn and Pinello.
So apparently the whole like long-running thing about Vaughn and Pinello being late additions is actually completely wrong. Apparently that.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that seemed to be like the story for a long time, and I remember hearing somewhere recently that's not the case.
I think it's more just. It probably would have been better if it just focused on either Ash or Bosch's story.
If it was a game consisting of Ash, Bosch, Balthier, and Fran.
Oh,
Hell, you don't even need
four
Fran to be
adults.
playable. You could have just taken those three characters. Fran's, I think, if anything, she's best when she's not like on screen, or I mean, on screen but not sitting. She's great when she's in the cockpit. She'd be much of a character.
Don't worry,
Okay.
Final Fantasy XII will center the camera on her quite often.
Sierra Village.
Final Fantasy
You know
XII,
that.
a video game that led to basically semi-retiring from making video games.
You know that only like 1 in 20 viewer are men, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, don't
I
worry.
remember going to that
Play
Vieira
Vieira
village
now.
and everything. I remember going to that Vieira village and everything being very depressing.
Oh, I forgot about the fucking Valkyrie profile game.
Yeah, that's a hard tactics game. It's good actually. Covenant of the Plume is a-okay.
Well,
There are some like handheld tactics games that you would think are garbage that are like actually totally, bare minimum, like totally fine, like Onimusha Tactics.
who's
Like,
ready for?
It's
oh,
totally
you're right.
fine.
Oh, I need to play that. Need
Yeah,
to play that
it's-
and Suikoden Tier Chris.
No, I mean that's not a tactics game. You're thinking of Suikoden.
Oh, don't worry, that's on the list. You know, now that it's the only Suikoden game I don't own.
Tier Chris, like the only thing I can even remember about it besides it being like painfully easy is that the voice acting in that game sounds like people are trying to speak faster than the words can appear on the screen in their text.
Valkyria Revolution is $8. Oh, Jesus. No. Nope. No.
Yeah, Lionheart, I didn't say it was outstanding. It's a-okay.
Listen, if I want a mediocre JRPG with Valkyrie in the title, I have a copy
Play that new
of
one.
Valkyrie Elysium in my hand right now. You can't see it.
Tap it. Tap it next to the mic. I don't hear it. I don't believe it.
Right
It's not real.
I'm here.
I'm sorry that Discord sound suppression. Yeah,
It's
that
too
and
good.
Diofield Chronicles and
See, but here's the sound of
Star
PS2
Ocean
closing.
6.
Oh yeah.
all
That's real.
next to each other in a stack of PS5
Oh,
games.
right. Diofield Chronicles. That exists.
Yes, it
All
is
right,
a,
I
it is
forgot.
a not Tactics Ogre.
I forgot Persona 5 Tactics came out.
I hear that game's fine. I hear it's also like very
Oh.
a little more puzzle tactics.
Yeah, it seems like it's very much built around just constant
Setting up.
forward advancement and getting more and more
Setting
turns.
up, yeah, try attacks.
Which, to be
basically.
Fair. That's basically what Persona is at this point. Is you figure out how to knock them down and get your all-out attack. So that seems like they translated the tactic pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just, hey, do you want more of those characters? Because from what I understand, even people who like that game are going to be a little tired of it.
As someone who is lukewarm on most of the Persona 5 cast, I'm good. I'm good.
I didn't even finish Persona. I didn't even finish the first dungeon.
Okay.
What if Lionheart tells you Mario X Rabbids is more interesting and fun?
I believe it.
That second Mario Rabbids game.
Like, I'll get Nintendo shit every day, but like, you make good games.
Yeah, but would you expect Ubisoft to make a big tactics game?
I don't feel like I don't know. They make a lot of Drek, and every once in a while.
Listen, whenever I need to catch up on my bros at Ubisoft, I just watch Joku stream whatever.
Whenever you need to catch up
Trek
on
is.
a host of podcasts and TV shows and movies,
Yeah.
Ubisoft has you covered.
They put out that Prince of Persia Metroidvania, which is apparently supposed to be okay.
It
Yeah.
seems like it might be great.
If it wasn't $50, I would have played it.
This makes me think of Outland. Outland is so good. It's the Ikaruga Metroidvania.
Yeah, that's the one where you switch
Also,
colors,
it's-
right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's also that game's also like 15 years old.
It looks great, and it's still really good.
This is once again where I mentioned there sure was the area where everyone's just like, oh, how come no one's making games like Symphony of the Night or Metroid anymore? And then every indie game answers the call. And now you can't go 3 fucking feet without stumbling over a space whipper.
I was gonna say, what was that? Well, I'm blanking on the name of it. It went completely under the radar, but is genuinely probably one of the most real, like, side-scrolling exploration games. Cathedral? Cathedral.
I've
I think
never
that's
heard
what it
of
was.
I have never heard of this.
It is an intense side-scrolling exploration game.
Oh,
that
that's
game.
a hot take. I hate Metroidvanias the way Boardmaster hates Souls-likes.
Borgmaster
Ah.
loves Souls-likes. He can't stop playing them and talking about them.
Yeah, that's fair. If he hated them so much, why wouldn't he keep playing them?
There's no such thing as ironic enjoyment. You're just too much of a coward to say you like it.
Or you like hurting yourself.
Cathedral is okay, so it's a Castlevania. It looks like Ghosts and Goblins, but Castlevania.
It's a metro. It's fucking intense as shit. It took me like 12 hours to get most of the way through the game before I finally. I fell off of it for like a week, and when I came back to it, it was like, oh Christ, I don't know how to actually advance anymore, and I didn't want to.
It looks like
entire environment.
It looks like somebody thought Rogue Legacy was for pussies.
I can't. It is a big contiguous world. It's not run based in any capacity. It's good.
What are our takes on La Mulana?
No, thank you.
I've not played it.
I beat I beat some number of bosses. I actually played that game for a minute. Let me pull up my Steam.
That game scares the shit out of me.
Have you played Time Spinner, which is the Metroidvania I've played that nobody else has?
I own it, and
I own it
I
as
know
well.
the second one's coming out.
I completely forgot they were making a second one.
What was it? La Mulana?
Yeah, La Mulana. La Mulana is
I
one
played
of those,
enough of that.
Classic, like, one of those rare examples of like pre
Yeah, I have 4 achievements associated with bosses, and I believe there are 8 in the game. I got fairly deep into it, unless there's a huge tail on it. But the process of getting around that game sucks so much ass. It is such a pain in the butt to get anywhere. It was part of my issue with Yoku's Island Express. I did beat that game, although I would highly recommend that nobody do anything other than just critical path.
My favorite video game is Joker's Island Express, where you
that game is fun. Its mechanics don't support it being.
Harvey, the pinball in this game is so good!
Is it one of those games that critics played for like 2 hours and thought, this is amazing?
It has immaculate vibes.
I like vibes. I love
Yeah,
when
no, the
vibes are
soundtrack's
immaculate.
great. It's just a very pleasant experience. It's cool if you critical path your way through it. It's neat, but as a Metroidvania, the process of getting around really sucks, even once they introduce fast travel.
Hey, how much better that game is than the series of linear levels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hey, what if you backtracked? I said no, thank you.
Yeah, I stopped playing it too.
I beat that game, and like it's much like Sea of Stars. A handful of adjustments would have made that game way more interesting.
It's the same dev, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you just played Cosmic Star Heroine on its hardest difficulty.
That'd be a better time.
I didn't play it, so I went back and started playing on the hardest difficulty, and why I don't know if it's going to scale appropriately throughout the entire game. It might still be something you can easily break over your knee at the end, like it was in hard mode, but that definitely seems like the way to play it.
I think the Messenger would have been way more palatable if it had allowed you to fast travel between checkpoints. Instead, there's a little bit of fast travel, but it's so limited it doesn't really help the problem.
I also think the game would be better if it didn't constantly talk shit to you for dying.
Yeah, that
you see,
gets old.
I thought that was sometimes funny.
How do you like it in Dungeons 3, Brayden?
No,
Why haven't you done the
Dungeons 3 's-
objective?
See, I just reached a point with that game, like 3 streams in, when you and I were playing that, where I just was like, oh yeah, no, this is so bad that it's good now. This is just, I'm just
there's a point where
enjoying this.
The narrator complained about me not making, I think it was like the spa or whatever it is, the bathing house. Like the third or fourth time he did it, where artists
And it's unique
I want that
dialogue.
minute to die. Well, no, after enough that he
That
started
it started to
repeating.
loop around.
Yes, and it was like, okay, I'm busy.
Yeah,
Confounding Attar.
I've turned. Ooh.
That's a
just
good
need to
game.
get
It's
good.
also, wow, it's long. Knowing that we're only halfway through after all that is kind of wild.
Alright, kill each other. I need to. That needs to get some smoke. I do just need to get good. That is true. I'm glad I did not
Makes sense.
stream myself playing Age of Empires 2 multiplayer last night.
Mm.
I did not win any of my matches.
I would expect you to. Beat the main campaign to Last Remnant.
Yeah.
Or from the what is that game? What is that game called? Not Last Remnant.
It's-
Remnant
From the Ashes.
from the Ashes. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Video
last
it.
Remnant, I was gonna say, oh, my favorite
No.
Xbox 360 game.
No, sorry. The
Yeah,
Remnant from the Ashes is such a dumb fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a terrible movie.
Yeah.
I
That boss fight sucked so much ass.
sure
It took us a full hour.
does.
You know what gun I played the entire game with? The coach gun.
Yeah.
You know what? Final boss really punishes you if you're short range.
Yeah, you like
Just-
DPS walls, bud?
Yeah, so also the fact that it requires that buff that Meek and I just honestly didn't even see because the buffs are on the bottom right
Yeah,
corner.
yeah.
and
The,
if your
the
resolution
MMO
is high
raid
enough,
boss mechanics.
you can't even see the fucking thing.
Yeah. So how long did
Anyway.
it take you to realize that you needed to kill a bunch of
After,
guys in the Shadow Realm?
after 45 minutes, I eventually disabled the formula stuff.
Fair.
Anyway,
When I played,
the hell out of
so Joku and Goblin played that game together, and I hopped in right at the end to like do the DLC with them. And first
the
off,
DLC.
the DLC areas, which are fine. They're
I
not
actually have a
that
question.
it's-
Braden,
Yeah.
is the winter area DLC only, or was that in the main game in the winter?
bad. That's the DLC.
No, that's DLC.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that was when I finally gave up playing any more of it when I was playing it with you and Mike.
Yeah. That was also pandemic.
That game gets interesting for a little while, and it gets very boring again.
I think the second game is. Speaking of games that are completely superseded by their sequel, Remnant 2 is so much better than the first game because it has a budget and they have clearly spent a lot of time thinking about ways to make the basic gameplay stuff and all of the weird hidden shit.
The bell puzzles and stuff.
Yeah, there's some really fun environmental puzzle stuff.
Well, in the case of the bell puzzles, it's literally there are some corpses that hold the answers hidden around that world.
There's a bit in Remnant 2. So there's one of the classes in Remnant 2 is hidden in such a way that like they intentionally hid a class that could only be like figured out by data mining because they knew people would do that.
I like the cultist. Having double mod power and duration lets you break that game of Uriney in some fun ways.
Yeah.
Like the end, I just had that basic heal, like the AoE heal, and we would just sit in the Shadow Realm until we both get like 10 stacks. Like when I was hitting the boss of the game, I was critting for like 666,000 damage. Very silly.
Yeah. Remnant 2 actually like distinguishes the classes a little more.
I wish that game gave you more materials, because there was only enough materials to really advance
Yes.
like one thing, and so like you get this new gun, you're like, that's cool, but I don't have
have
one.
to
I need
level
to
it
get
up?
up the
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat areas. Also, apparently we never pet the dogs. I was like, at some point we're gonna get a dog. Nope. It's just a nerf.
The other thing is
All sorts of
he
unpleasant
uses more weapons and is far more generous with upgrade materials comparatively.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Nice.
They seem to have upped the difficulty. I will be playing this on medium, considering the save system.
Yeah. Well, I'm a real streamer. I don't know if you.
No.
I don't know if you know this. I'm a Twitch streamer.
Uh-huh.
Maybe you've heard of me. I'm twitch.tv/right now. And the people they want to see pro level stream.
They do.
The
That'll get you very far.
children, they yearn for only the highest level they can try to play.
I like that chamber sight on that gun, that pistol.
It's very good. It's a good game.
Yeah, I know people are kind of mid on this game. Like, we're mid on the early access. And it seems like, reviews-wise, this is pretty... First off, no one's reviewing it because fucking Final Fantasy is coming out this week.
Yeah, listen, critics don't know what they're talking about.
Eurogamer gave this game 3 stars.
Of how many? 5?
5. they use... When British people say they're excited, sometimes they say they're chuffed. And I
Who reviewed it? Was it that guy who did the who played Doom Eternal and just barely knew how to play video games?
I mean, if you're talking about if we're talking about the guy who you know, didn't know how to play.
It wasn't Doom 2016.
I think that was an IGN video.
Doom Eternal. No, it wasn't IGN. It was. But no, he's in like the 3rd or 4th level of Doom Eternal, and it's like he barely knows how to turn around.
Yeah, I don't think that you need like hyper-realistic question to be a serious question to be a valuable reviewer, but I have to value the person who knows nothing.
You have to be able to play video games to play the video game.
Yeah, dual analog sticks. What are they? 1 out of 5.
Excuse me, I was hired on to play iPad games. What is this, Doom?
Is there a virtual joypad for me to use? It's the only way I know how to play them. Thank you, Dead Space, on the pad.
That,
Seems like a very weak pistol.
he does not seem to want to die.
No, I think this man is dead. He just doesn't know it. I think.
Let him attack you. Does it even happen?
Yeah,
No.
that guy's dead. He just doesn't know he's dead.
This game may be maybe coming a little bit
Hey,
hot.
guess what? This game came out today.
Is this game chuffed?
I'm not chuffed about this game. I am excited, however. I think it's all
Chuffed
right.
sounds like busted in my ears.
Yeah, well, chuffed
Like, it
means
does-
excited.
That
Slang
doesn't
is-
sound right to me. Maybe it does. I'm not British, but chuffed reminds me. It sounds like miffed, as in disappointed or unhappy.
Oh yeah, I'm bloody chuffed, like.
No,
I'm
if
a
they
British.
were, I'm sure Australians would say something like very similar.
There you go.
That I can't.
I didn't say it this time.
Only Australian people are allowed to say the C word.
No, most
I
of the rest of the world doesn't
Master's
give
rule.
a shit. Mainly America, parts of Western Europe that are
Yeah.
bothered by that.
I mean, the UK isn't bothered by it.
Parts of it.
I mean, the UK also thinks fanny is a dirty word, so I don't know if we can.
I mean,
Is it the end of the level right over there?
Yeah,
he has to get 100% kills because otherwise he'd go wide and play.
I'm a gamer. I don't know if you know this. Perhaps you've seen me. I thought about streaming Street Fighter because Ed came out, and I thought it would be funny to play some of that. You know, having not played the game in like, let's say, at least 6 months. But I played a couple matches just against a friend on the Discord, and my hand immediately started breaking down. They're like lost souls but durable. They're like lost souls and Kako demons together.
Like a God damn it, I forgot what they're called. Yes, that is the word I'm looking for. Thank you.
That I'm genuinely surprised that I told just enough about Doom.
I mean, my brain just farted for a second. I went to work.
So I watched 2 seasons of Resident Alien, which is a
That's
television
the one with
show. On Tuesday.
people like that show.
It's very good. The second season's too long. They don't have to do the time. That just results in some melodrama that really doesn't help. It's still a good show. We're managing for being 5 episodes shorter. Also, the sheriff in that show is probably one of the funniest people I've ever seen on television. Guy, they have him say some absurd bullshit, and he just delivers every time.
I introduced my brother to Wonder Chosen yesterday.
What is that?
So Wonder Chosen was a show on MTV2 in 2005 that very much feels like 10 years ahead of its time.
I'm gonna dip out. I'll talk to you all.
All right, and that
See
it's
ya.
like it's very much has the shitpost energy of a 2010 TV series.
Huh. Does your brother like it?
Yeah. Like it's still I would say it also has the edgelord energy of a mid-2000s comedy show on MTV2. But there's some bits in that show that are still real funny. It's cuz it's like trying to do a bit on like, 70s and 80s educational shows for kids. So, it has puppets in it.
I was gonna say, is this just some weird, like, Mr. Wizard parody?
It has puppets in it, yes. But they listen, they have, they give children microphones and have them walk up to people on Wall Street and be like, "How are you destroying America today?" And it's good.
All right.
But the reason is we got a trial of Paramount Plus to watch the football. So
And the Halo show for it.
I looked at I believe my dad is watching multiple episodes of the Halo show. I do not know if he liked
It is such a polarizing thing, from what I understand. Like, I hear nothing but garbage about the second season, and then I talk to Joku and that group of people, and they're largely super positive on it after hating the first season.
Okay. The thing I respect about that Halo show is how much contempt the people making it have for the source material they were given.
Why do you respect that?
Because, it's obvious. It's very blatant. They let it show in their work, and I appreciate that, It's important as an artist to, let yourself, be reflected in your work, and, being like, no, Matt, in our version of the show, Master Chief does take off his helmet.
Listen, at the very end of Halo 4, you see a split second of his face, and even I was like, this is... I don't know about this.
The Halo
even know
show
what
looks
color
like
his
bad
eyes are.
Stargate. I can see
I
that.
mean, there are Stargates that are bad Stargate. They don't need help.
Yeah, also, I don't
Stargate
know.
universe.
People...
I also don't really care for the Stargate shows at all. There's something very dry about SG-1. And no
The
amount of
thing
Richard
about
Dean Anderson
SG-1
saves it.
that weirds me out these days is,
It's how it became a Farscape revival at some point.
I mean, yeah, you know me. I love.
Yeah, no, Ben Browder and Claudia Black just become like the leads of that show after Richard Dean Anderson was like, I'm fucking done.
And
Get me
only
outta
shows up
here.
in a couple episodes. No, the actual thing about that show is just like it's very post 9/11, and also it's very like, yeah, of course the military-industrial complex should be the ones leading this space exploration. But you know, I like Chris Judge.
Yeah. TLC.
Yeah. And you know,
I thought Atlantis was it was hammier. I was kind of more up for it.
I like Ming Na, so
A pre-movie fame Jason Momoa. He has the physique of a regular person.
it's like when
Like
you
a
see
regular fit
David
person.
Harbour in the newsroom, and you're like, oh right, you became a character actor before you became the Stranger Things man. And now he's gonna show up in Alone in the Dark, coming out next month?
I mean, don't you've already forgotten his role in based on a real story, Gran Turismo.
My parents saw that.
That was him.
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom.
is also in that movie.
Getting the paycheck, I guess.
Hey, you know, things are hard when you are an actor known for being young and hot, and then you become
Middle-aged and
then
probably
you,
still
yeah,
quite
then
attractive.
You become, then you get in your 40s and suddenly people can see the wrinkles and the lines a little bit more. I know he was in the 5th Pirates movie, which I never watched.
I mean, he's probably fine.
You know what? I'm gonna
Orlando
say,
Bloom's probably
Orlando
fine, even
Bloom
without the
probably
pirates.
has made better financial decisions than, let's say, his other co-stars on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Also, you know, the whole Lord of the Rings thing.
Yeah. You know what?
He has some money in the bank.
I bet the royalty checks from those movies, maybe not enough to live on, but definitely enough to, like,
Also depends on how much he gets from merchandising. Lord of the Rings, like, actually has kind of insane merchandising money behind it.
Oh, for sure.
It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, I'm sure it did well, but it didn't do, like, as well as, like, a bunch of Disney properties, but apparently, like, to this day, it's still up there in terms of, like, the general, like, merchandise, revenue ratings. Yeah, see, that's why he was brought up. Talking about everybody's favorite, most recent video game movie.
There are
I don't
worse
understand.
movies.
This guy is so good at Gran Turismo.
Yeah. You know,
He's a
sometimes...
great car driver.
What if you're a kid who's really good at Gran Turismo, and then you become a real race car driver? That would be like a fun inspirational story. I don't even know what I'm being shitty and sarcastic about, other than...
No, I'm shitty and sarcastic with you. I think it's a dumb premise.
Hey, unironically, congrats to that dude. He's my age. I know this because my parents looked it up, and they said, you should have played Gran Turismo. Parents didn't want to.
Yeah. So you just need to get into one of those dorm situations where you live, eat, and breathe. And just do that for the next like year of your life, preparing for a number of crappy tournaments in the hopes that maybe you'll get
Yeah,
into the international.
if only I was a 17-year-old Korean kid who was very good at League of Legends. Although, I think even... here's the thing, is that was fucking dried up.
There's still enough, but
I mean,
it's like
there's still
not...
enough. You know, the Capcom Cup winner... The guy who won the Capcom Cup got $1 million.
Sure, there's just like... There's not enough for that to be any kind of viable path. People kind of wanted to tout that as like, oh yeah, video games are like sports now.
Capcom Cup, he wasn't playing as JP, Luke, or Ken.
JP is the old man, right?
JP is the old man with the staff, very much. I would say he is an SNK-style projectile character.
Oh, in Street Fighter. Yeah.
In Street Fighter. So, once you get close in on him, he's fucked. But he has a bunch of very annoying tools to keep you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, based off of sometimes, like... I remember, like, the reason that, like, Luffy got to, Evo, I mean, ended up winning that Evo back in 2014 is because his Rose was fucking impeccable, and he just made it a nightmare to ever get close to him. By the time you got close to him, you were so close it took nothing for him to kill you.
Yeah. And
so I feel like that's
that
never
on
really
a
a
PS1 pad.
Yeah, modded, yes. I think it was my favorite Evo. I don't think I've ever...
Evo's still good.
Yeah, I watched a handful.
Yeah. I will watch this year because they're doing Third Strike on the main stage. And I think that will be fun to watch, even if it's inevitably gets depressing when it's just Yun and Chun-Li in the top 8. Because that is one of those games where people very much think of it.
I'll be back in a moment.
Alright, I'm going to keep playing this.
How is the Wrathing Aeons of Ruining?
This game's good.
It's a bad name. It seems like a good game.
Yeah, I know people are
People think it's bad just because boom shooters are going to be, like, not ubiquitous, but, let's say, plentiful in recent years.
I have a pretty strong, feeling about some of these games. Ask me about
Are there Orkamamas? These Orkamamas. Which one was that?
Head on. Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad
the one
that
with the
exists. I'm
big
glad
titty
somebody got to
Orkamami
make that.
It's
Yeah.
also kind of a Metroidvania.
Some people like Hexen. They're wrong, but some people like Hexen.
Yeah, no, Hexen's not good.
No, it just it played well, and then
conceptually
start playing the
having
game.
Doom with different characters that you can put out, say, oh, that is a new novel like this. And then you follow that up with, okay, but what if you spent a significant portion of this game running back and forth?
Yeah, the switch on element of that game makes Doom
It's
2
infuriating.
look like the simplest, most linear thing ever. I mean, it is linear, but
It's fine. Raven Software made better video games after Hexen.
I even played, what was it, the Death Citadel DLC or whatever?
Yeah.
That was, not DLC, but expansion.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Hexen. And then I watched you play a little bit of Hexen 2 after I couldn't make it work on my machine.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I had to use the source port for Hexen 2. Similar energy for that game in terms of,
Play Paladin. Their super weapon is so far beyond busted, it's comical. Oh, and 2?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't have 1. Paladin 1 has a weak starting weapon, but its mid-range stuff is pretty good, and the super weapon is the Ghost Gun, which is just absurd. Yeah, but you could also have an axe. Or you could just play Heretic instead.
Yeah.
Get that
Heretic's
crossbow.
a totally fine, like, Doomwad with items. So yeah,
I really like that
I've played a
crossbow.
lot of these sorts of games, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the better ones. I'm not gonna pass any sort of serious judgment until I maybe finish the first episode. But I've played enough of this to say I would like to finish the first episode, which is not the case with Dread Templar or Forgive Me, Father, which is the actual most baffling. Like, how are these very positive on Steam?
In fact, the one you've been most positive about recently is Rot.
Rot is...
That
yeah,
swallowed you like a day.
Rot's good because the person who made it is a lunatic who made it in a engine.
Oh, jeez.
And also, it's very clear he grew up in
Velociraptors.
Soviet-era Czechoslovakia. There's some funny... There's some very funny stuff in that game.
Someday I'll play that. Maybe.
Maybe. It's fine. You don't have to.
I've further scaled back on my backlog just out of realism.
What if I've told you there's been multiple times where I have removed a game? Fear not. I have like hidden a game on Steam and then years later actually ended up playing it.
Sorry, can you say that again?
There are games that I've hidden in my Steam library.
All right.
Because I'm like, I'm never gonna play this, and then years later actually did play them.
It's just a time thing for
But-
me. I don't
Yeah.
have a ton of it at the moment.
It's like how they announced that new version of SMP5 that is coming out on things that are not the Switch. And I
Oh, I might
own the-
actually play it then.
Well, I own I own that game. Never played it.
I should just play Apocalypse instead. I've
The thing
gotten
is,
halfway
I
through
have
the game
18
twice.
different Shin Megami Tensei games that are all going to be kind of the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I